Morning. Hello. Happy Monday. My name is Courtney Ashworth. I am a holistic health coach, and I'm recording this live today mostly to test out the Melon system. Melon is a broadcasting tool to record live to YouTube, and I think that it gives you some different functionalities to use that I'm going to be playing with in the coming months. But I wanted to create this video just to kind of test it out and see how this goes. So since I'm here, of course, I have something planned to share about. I didn't share with anybody that I would be live today, so no one has this link or knowledge that I'm here. So I don't anticipate anybody being here live hanging out with us. But if you are watching this as a recording, I do have something to share. So hopefully you'll stay tuned. The reason that I feel kind of called to share some stuff right now is because I have been traveling for the past several weeks. And so I just have a lot in my brain that I kind of need to get out. I also just feel like I'm kind of at this pivotal moment in my business, and I'll share why. And so it just seems like a good time to create this video instead of me trying to sit down and create a bunch of newsletter emails or social media content. It just felt like a good place to start is just to record my thoughts here, to share them with you all, and then I will potentially create some more content on the highlights of this message to come. So let's dive in. First of all, this point in time feels pivotal in my business, and I couldn't quite figure out why. So I completed my health coach training in 2021, a year-long program, completed my completed my examinations, completed my board certification, started my business in 2021, and I officially left my full-time job. I was formerly a law enforcement officer, and my plan was to really build this coaching business alongside my career as a law enforcement officer. But the more that I dove into it, the more that I felt really called to give more energy to this. And at the same time, I was really wanting to be home with my daughter more and have more time for her. And so it became obvious to me, I would say, probably March or April of 2021, that it was time to leave my job. July is really the time that I gave my notice. My daughter's daycare, because of the way that their slots worked out, they needed her since they knew I wasn't renewing with them for the new year. We took her out of daycare at the end of July last year. And so although my final day wouldn't be until September, this really feels like the pivotal time or the anniversary of a point in time of my business that things really became more real. I brought my daughter home, and I started really focusing on my business as something that I needed to sustain this lifestyle, and also looking to building businesses alongside my husband, who was also a law enforcement officer and also left his job April of 2021. So we were definitely just at a place last year of taking a lot of risks, leaning into a lot of trust. And it feels really good to be at this place 1 year later and feeling like we're still on the right path. Have we made it to our vision of where we want to be? Absolutely not. But we both still feel super secure in our decision. And it's been really a beautiful time that we've had with Sienna to be her main caregivers. She is with me or my husband pretty much every day. She spends time with her grandparents to give us some time as a couple. And more recently, she spends time, like right now, she is at baking camp. We found a sweet family that she can spend some time with 1 or 2 days during the week to give us some extra time to work on said businesses. But for the most part, we are her main caregivers, her main educators, and it feels really, really good to be in this place. So enough personal stuff. It's time to get into some updates around my business. Over the past year, since starting this business, I've shared a lot on social media about what I do as a health coach, ways that you can work with me, what you can expect. But as time has progressed, as I've continued working with clients, of course, naturally, my own perception of what I do with clients has changed. And getting testimonies and feedback back from them on what's been valuable to them, what I could kind of just change or make new, um, has also helped to transform how I coach, how I hold space for my clients. And so I wanted to also change the script here. So starting with this video, giving just a fresh understanding of what it is that I do as a coach. So there's two ways in which I support clients. That is through individual or one-on-one coaching, and also through group coaching. I started my first group coaching program. I started talking about it in January. The group started on January 31st of this year. It was a beautiful 20 weeks in group with these women. The name of the group program was Ignite Your Life. I received so much valuable feedback from them that is telling my heart that absolutely groups are the way to go. The reason being because you're getting support not only from me, but from being in community, connecting with that common humanity that although we all have unique circumstances and unique situations that we're facing in our lives, we can all share from one another's wisdom, and we can all share from one another's just space and support, being with each other. And so that feels like something that is going to definitely be part of the future trajectory of Courtney Ashworth coaching. So stay tuned. I believe that the next group will be launching in fall. I foresee it being really catered to moms, which leads me into well, let me come back to that in a moment. The other way that you can work with me is through individual one-on-one coaching. So I've been doing this from the beginning, from when I was in my training. We focused heavily on one-on-one coaching, and I have a roadmap that I walk my clients through. And to give you an idea, because you guys can read my website, you can check things out on my social media, but if you're anything like me, then you're really like, before you want to dive into this, you're really wondering like, what actually is coaching? What does it actually look like to be in a coaching session? So I want to share a little bit about that. First of all, we meet virtually. So you will be in the comfort of your own home, find a private space that you can really connect with yourself, because it's not about me. It's not about me telling you what to do or holding you to certain standards or judging anything. This is about me actually holding space for you, for your body to speak for you. We all know, we all have tons of information. We have tons of access to information about what is good for us, what we need to be healthy, what we need to be well. But what we don't have is somebody to listen, somebody to help us sort through how to apply all of that knowledge in our very real lives with unique situations. And so that's what I do as a coach. I come in, I liken it to a yoga teacher. So if you've ever been to a yoga class, you know that they're going to ask you to stretch your body, to hold uncomfortable positions a bit longer. There's also a bit of mindfulness that comes in with yoga. And that's what I do as a coach, but all with your mind, all with your thoughts and your emotions. I'm asking you to stretch your beliefs, to hold things that might feel uncomfortable, that we might typically avoid or not talk about, not go there. I invite you to go there. So the first few sessions are really all about setting your vision. We explore that together. We dream together. It's not about like, how are we going to get there? Oh, but I can't do this, because it's really getting clear on what it is that you want. And that's what I had to do when I took the risk of leaving my job, of pulling my daughter out of daycare. I really had to be clear on what it was that I wanted. And so that's what I hold space for you to do in those first few sessions. And then from there, we sort of pull everything out of the closet. We kind of go through this spring cleaning phase where we pull everything out, we look at everything, what's working in your life, what is not working, what doesn't fit with the goals that you're trying to build for yourself, what do you need to let go of, and what do you need to lean more into? What strengths are you ignoring or not giving value to? And then in the following phases of, in the following sessions of coaching, it's more so about me holding you accountable to what your heart tells you is correct. So the behaviors and the habits that you want to apply in your life, I'm there to hold your hand, to hold you accountable, to remind you of your vision, of where it is that you're headed. Because again, we all know what we need to do. It's just knowing how to do it, having somebody to hold us to what we say we want for our lives. So that's how I would describe coaching. That gives you kind of an overview of the flow of individualized coaching. Most of my clients meet with me either weekly or bi-weekly for about 3 months at first. And then many clients will continue to meet about monthly following that to continue to receive support, to check in on things, to readjust. So hopefully that gives you some insight around what it is that I do as a coach. Now, there is one other way that you can work with me, and that's the last thing that I wanted to share about, and that is my North Star Collective membership. So the North Star Collective is a monthly membership. You get auto billed for, right now it's set at $17 a month. And in return, you receive access to my community. So I have an online community where you can connect with all of my clients, anybody who is part of this membership, talk about any type of self-development, intuition, connecting with self-confidence, natural parenting, being a mom, identity and motherhood. All of these themes come up in the online community. And you will also receive a monthly guided meditation. Astrology is a big interest of mine right now, something that I'm learning a lot about. And so I record these meditations under the influence of the full moon, and I share a little bit about the astrology of that full moon. So for example, this Wednesday, as I'm recording this, we have a full moon in the astrological sign of Capricorn. And so my meditation, you don't need to know anything about astrology to understand it. You don't need to have an interest in astrology, but I share a little bit about the themes that are associated with that sign. And I also share how you can support yourself during that full moon. And then I guide you in a meditation that my clients have shared they feel replenished by, supported. It's restful. It's encouraging for their own meditation practices. Meditation and mindfulness was a huge piece of my health coach training, as stress is one of the biggest things that is ailing our health in this current life, in this current world that we live. And so I have a huge emphasis on mindfulness in my coaching practice. And these meditations are meant to support your growth around your own meditation practice. So I want to share that I have recently launched a new website, a new platform for this collective, for North Star Collective. And so if you join this week, you will receive about 50% off. So for your first 3 months, instead of $17 a month, it'll be $9 a month. So if you've been thinking about joining, now's the time to get in on that. Again, it'll be the first 3 months, you will only pay $9 a month. You'll have access to the community and access to all the meditations. You can come back and listen to them. It doesn't have to be under the full moon that you listen to them. That's just when they're recorded. And you'll have access to all of the prior ones and this week's. And also, if you're part of the collective, one last note about that is that you also receive discounts on any of my one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and I also intend to offer one-off workshops in the future. And so if you're part of the collective, you'll receive first access and discounts on those as well. Let me see if there's something else that I wanted to share today. One last thing just circling back, we're almost at 15 minutes and I wanted to keep this to under 20 minutes. So I will keep this part short. But I do just want to share, since I mentioned it already, because it's just like jumping out of me right now, is that I am transitioning most of my coaching practice to supporting moms. I have supported many different, all genders really, over the last year since I've been coaching. And I've learned so much from each client that I've worked with. I've gained so much value from working with them. I've received feedback that they have gained value from my coaching, but I feel the most lit up. I feel the most aligned as I support moms. Um, some of my clients already are moms or desire to become a mom or are a mom in a different way, maybe an aunt, intentionally choosing not to have her own children for her own reasons. Um, Perhaps a loving mom to her animal or animals or plants. And there's an energy about motherhood that I feel very connected to. Obviously, for obvious reasons in my life right now, I'm a mom of a young child. Um, Birthing Sienna absolutely changed my life. There's a huge, huge transition in postpartum that I think that our culture does not give enough credit to. Um, we have a lot of value placed on work in our culture and on hustle. And around motherhood, it's all about getting your body back, getting your sleep back, getting your life back. And I have a different view of motherhood. I see that motherhood has changed my life for the better. I see a lot of value in doing self work around my own identity as a mom, around my own beliefs about being a mom, and feeling confident in the way that I parent. And I think that that is the place where I see myself supporting women best in how they identify with the mother figure that they can connect with, the mother figure that they are, whether that's to their own children that they have birthed or to other beings on this earth. Um, that feels really resonant for me. And so that's going to be the direction. It feels a bit scary to say that, I only work with moms now, because it's not the case. I will work with whoever feels called to my work. But as I've been in business for a year, I feel that it is an appropriate time to start just narrowing down um, who my focus is on and who is best served by my support. And for me right now, that is mamas. And I'm so excited to dive into that work. I have some really cool things planned for this fall. So if you are interested, stay tuned. Send me an email. You can email me at info@courtneyashworth.com or go on my website, www.courtneyashworth.com, and you can sign up for my newsletter to be the first one to receive information and get on the wait list as these things start opening up. I also have some plans to have some more YouTube videos coming, so stay tuned here. If you are interested, go ahead and subscribe. I don't know why I pointed. I think you're supposed to point. But subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to see what else is coming. Thank you so much for listening to this. I know everybody's super busy, so I really appreciate you all.